you guys, welcome back to my channel, Corduroy ASMR. So, today I was thinking about the Roman Empire like a man, and I was like, I wonder what some fun facts about the Roman Empire are, and then I was like, I'll make a video about it, because why not? A lot of y'all love listening to me talk, and I love talking, so that's what we're gonna do. So, I don't know, like, I haven't pre-read these, so I don't know what they're gonna be. So, let's go. So, let's see. All roads lead to Rome is a saying because the Romans built a vast network of roads across their empire, with the Appian Way being one of the first major paved roads connecting Rome to Brindisi. Honestly, Rome is one of those places that I so wish that I could, like, time travel to and, like, just be invisible and just watch and observe and learn and, like, look at their way of life, you know what I mean? Because it's so fascinating to me, and they were pretty, like, what's the word? Like, ahead of their time. Like, they were pretty, I can't think of the word, like, I can't, oh my god, it's so annoying when you can't think of a word. Like, I don't know, just, they were very ahead of everyone else in their time. I don't know the word that I'm trying to think of. It's really annoying, but it's just really fascinating to me. Same with ancient Egypt. Would love to just, like, go there. Ancient Greece. Would love to just go there and, like, watch people and, like, have, like, a translator on or something and just be able to, like, listen and, you know what I mean? So cool. Of course, the Roman Empire was considered one of the most powerful military forces in the ancient world, known for its discipline and tactics. I feel like everybody knows that. Oh, I knew that, I think. The Romans built complex aqueduct systems to transport water from distant sources to cities. See what I mean? Like, yes. I almost had the word, I swear, it was on the tip of my tongue. Goddamn. The Romans perfected the use of concrete, allowing them to build large and durable structures. Pretty cool. Public baths were a central part of Roman social life, providing a place for hygiene and relaxation. Unfortunately, that's not very hygienic because, like, obviously the water's not, like, filtered through or anything, so it's like you're bathing in other people's dirt water. Yeah, but sure. I feel like everyone knows this too because of the movies, obviously. Gladiatorial contests were popular entertainment in ancient Rome, where gladiators fought against each other or animals. The Roman government often used free food and entertainment to appease the populace. Period. Okay. Yes. Give me free food. Wait, what? I think I'm stupid, you guys. I forgot. I probably knew this at one point, but I totally forgot that Pompeii was a part of Rome. I don't know why I thought that would be, like, somewhere else. I feel really stupid, but okay. The snapshot of Roman life due to a volcanic eruption. I want to go to Pompeii so bad. It's so interesting because a lot of stuff is actually preserved because of it kind of like, I don't know if this is the proper term, but like calcifying. I don't think it's calcifying, but it's like they got covered in lava rock, so it's still there. And I remember seeing this one video on TikTok that I was like, oh my god, that's so cool to me for some reason. Were these little like stands with these little like divots in the stone, and it was for street food. They fucking had street food. Like, what? That's so cool. I don't know, that's just like, you would think because it was so long ago that they didn't have that sort of thing. I don't know, but that's so awesome. Like, I would love, see what I mean? Like, I would just love to witness that. It's so cool. Oh my god. Okay, this one is actually crazy to me, because that's so many people. Rome was the first city in the world to record a population of 1 million in a city. That long ago. Crazy. There were over 200 amphitheaters in the Roman Empire, the largest being the Colosseum, of course, which took 8 years to construct. In its prime, it held up to 85,000 spectators. That's really big. I'm pretty sure part of it is still standing. Unfortunate that not all of it is, but the Cloaca Maxima is the first complex sewer system in the world, which was located in Rome. So cool. Wow. See, like, that's something else that you wouldn't really think would exist back then. But like I said, Rome was like just ahead of everyone else. Rome is the only city in the world that has another country inside it. Vatican City is the world's smallest independent state, covering an area of just 45 hectares. Whatever. It only has a population of 800 and is governed by the Pope. It even has its own army, its own currency, and its own post office. That's crazy. Rome's history can be broken down into 3 periods. The Republic. Wait. I've skipped one. The Regal period, which dates from the city's beginnings. The Republic, which was from 509 to 27 BC, when Rome was governed by elected officials, senators, and their consuls. The Imperial period, 27 BC to 476 AD, when Rome was ruled by the emperors. They still had a senate, but in comparison to the Republic, the politicians had very little power, and their main role was the administration of the empire. During the imperial period, which lasted over 500 years, more than 70 emperors ruled. In the year 69 AD, 4 emperors came to the throne. Being the Roman Empire was a dangerous business, but the emperor who ruled the longest was in fact the first. Augustus ruled Rome for 44 years and maintained peace for a whopping 30 years. Rome had the first legal system, known as the 12 Tables. Wow. The Romans can be called the fathers of bureaucracy. Well, that's not that different. Ancient Rome was a patriarchal society, So much so that women weren't even considered citizens. On the one hand, they were treated like second-class citizens. They couldn't attend political assemblies or vote and were under the control of their fathers or their husbands. On the other hand, thanks to Roman law, women were in some ways more emancipated than in some cultures today. They could own their own property, inherit money, and even divorce. Okay, so only half sexist, I guess. What? Wow. Okay. Rome was the first society to have a free grain allowance for its citizens, and not just for the poor. To be eligible for the grain dole, you had to be a Roman citizen. Records tell us that as many as 200,000 citizens benefited from this. However, feeding the city of Rome would become a major problem for the empire, with countries like Sicily, Sardinia, Spain, and Egypt dedicated to growing grain for the city of Rome. Julius Caesar was never an emperor. He was a very powerful general who would eventually rule as a dictator. However, Julius Caesar was perhaps the first Roman to have almost sole control of the empire. After his death, he was deified, which means made into a god. His name thereafter would become synonymous with the title of emperor, hence why many emperors used Caesar in their titles. Interesting, I never knew that. Wow. Okay. According to tradition, St. Peter, apostle to Jesus, was executed in Rome by the Emperor Nero in 64 CE. Nero was trying to avert blame for the Great Fire that destroyed the city in 64 AD. Writers of the time claim Nero blamed the Christians and executed them in his stadium, which today lies underneath Vatican City. St. Peter's Basilica lies on top of the circus and what is believed to be Peter's final resting place. That is so ridiculous. I mean, you see it in Gladiator, but the trade in wild animals became big business in Rome. Way before the Romans started watching gladiators, they held wild animal hunts in the Forum, and later in amphitheaters. People particularly loved to see exotic animals coming from far-flung places like elephants, lions, tigers, crocodiles, and ostriches. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I get it, but the Romans were the cleanest civilization in their day. Everyone else had lice. The way that's worded is so funny. Early on, the Romans realized keeping yourself clean relates to good health. Very smart. Rome was full of ancient skyscrapers. We often visualize impressive temples and elaborate villas, but most of the population lived in ancient apartment blocks called insulae that were up to 7 floors high. Unlike today, the conditions on the highest floor were the most cramped and a fire hazard because they were made of wood. There could be as many as 100 to 200 steps to the top of the building. That's a long way down for a trip to the toilet. Roman slaves were protected by law and could actually buy their freedom. Unlike more recent forms of slavery, Roman slaves were paid a small amount of money given board and lodgings. Over time, if they could save enough money, they could buy their freedom. Many slaves were granted freedom by their masters for services well done. Freed slaves often went on to become successful businessmen with the help of their masters. Interesting. the Romans had underfloor heating. It wasn't quite central heating as we know it today, but was based on the same idea. Hot air was heated by a furnace and distributed underneath the floor by terracotta pipes. This was called a hypocaust system, and the same principle was also used for the baths. On the Palatine, what is this, Star Wars? On the Palatine Hill in Domitian's palace, pieces of the hypocaust can still be seen underneath the colored marble floor. Sweet. Dude, I want to go to like a bunch of museums and stuff, and like just a bunch of like ruins and shit, you know what I mean? I just want to go to like a bunch of old historical places in my life. That's what I want to do traveling. Like, I don't really care about going to the beach or anything. I just want to go to all these old places and like look around. The Romans wore togas to show their status. Togas were worn by everyone, and they weren't worn daily. Togas were a status symbol showing your rank in Roman society. If you were senior, you could wear a purple stripe on your toga. The width of the purple stripe depended on how important you were. Only the emperor could wear a purple toga. Purple has always been a color of royalty, I guess. A very important color for some reason. And lastly, the city of Rome has more obelisks than the whole of Egypt. After Cleopatra and her lover, the Roman general Antony, were defeated, Egypt became Roman territory. The obelisks were a symbol of power for the Egyptian pharaohs. They represented a ray of sun from the sun god Ra. They were brought to Rome by the emperors to decorate the city and the stadiums. They were even used as timepieces, acting as a huge sundial. Many of the 53 obelisks stolen by the Romans are lost, buried under the modern city. But still today, 13 obelisks, large and small, decorate the Italian